Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Fatiha binti Syari, matrix number 1172060. Today, I will present about my research proposal. Research title is a bibliometrics analysis of Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah, journal published by USIM from 2005 until 2020. Next is background of research. Why I choose a bibliometry analysis as my research title? It is because there are no researcher that has done any research that related to bibliometric analysis on Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah journal that published by USIM since the journal was published. Second is because it can help everyone who need a detailed reference that related to Al-Quran and Al-Sunnah in every article writing that has been published by USIM easily. Okay, next we move to problem statement. As we know, nowadays there are various journals that have been studied. But for Islamic studies journals, very few people analyze the data and writing information. Therefore, this study will enable researcher to analyze the data or find the relevant information in each article found in the entire journal of Al-Quran and Sunnah. Research question. The research question that I have been used to identify the problem that the research is going to address is, first, how many articles in the Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah that published by USIM from 2005 until 2020. Second is, what is the language that have been used by the author to write the article and the pattern of authorship. Okay, next we move to the research objective. The first research objective of this research is to collect all the articles in the Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah that have been published by USIM from 2005 until 2020. The second objective is to analyze the language and pattern that the author used to write their article. Okay, next we move to significance of the study. The importance of this study is based on the objective of the study. The finding of the first objective are to collect all the work in the journal Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah published by USIM during the period 2005 until 2020. If the researcher can compile each of these work, then it will be easier to provide the information and view of each of these writing to the writers in the writings regarding of the Quran and the Sunnah. Next is in the pattern of authorship and the language that have been used by author in the article in journal Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah. By knowing the writing style and the language that have been used can help the writers find information that relevant to their studies. We move to the literature review. I will present 2 or 5 literature review that have been selected in this research. Firstly is article about 15 years of journal Sharia, a bibliometric study. This article is written by Raihana Abdullah and Asma Abdul Rahman in December 2009. The method that have been used in the article is quantitative analysis, which is data from each selected issue were collected and statistically analyzed. This research focusing on variable patterns that have been in each journal. In addition, research found two results in the article, that is, the single authorship is prevalent and accounted, and second, demonstrated that despite its 15 years of existence and multidisciplinary approach. Next, in December 2018, Basirah binti Abu Bakar et al. Have written an article about a Quranic method on da'wah to the adolescent, a bibliometric study. The method that research use is historical, comparative, and observation. The objective of the research is to identify the space that need to be explored to this study, seek to provide a holistic approach to the adolescent to deal with the Quranic reference. From that, research found that the study of the Quranic verse on da'wah through adolescent has not been truly elaborated by any researcher. Okay, next we move to research methodology. In order to fulfill the first objective of this study, which is to collect all the articles in the Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah journal that published by USIM from the year 2005 until 2020, qualitative method will be applied to gain the result of this study. The method that used to collect data is library research based on document analysis. Document analysis is a form of qualitative research that uses a systematic procedure to analyze documentary evidence and answer specific research questions. The sample that used in this design is all the articles in the Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah journal that published by USIM. The instrument of data collection is researcher. Data analysis are not statistical, but by library research, it uses thematic analysis, frame analysis, and descriptive analysis. For the second objective of this study, which is to analyze the language and pattern that the authors use to write their article, quantitative method will be applied to gain the result of this study. The procedure of data collection is the step that need to be done by any researcher to ensure that the process runs smoothly. The first step is to collect all the articles in the Ma'alim Al-Quran wa Al-Sunnah journal that published by USIM. This was followed by to know the language and pattern of per article in that journal. Descriptive analysis is more suitable for correlation design. Finally, after collecting all the data, an equally important step is to analyze the language and pattern that the author used in their writing. The instruments that use are regression analysis. The data analysis that used is correlational. A correlational research design measures a relationship between two variables without the researcher controlling either of them. That's all from me. Thank you for listening my presentation.